Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy Puck, and I'm here to talk a little bit about the TTR 20. So we are celebrating the 500th one to come through the shop this year, and this project started back in 2015. That's when we released the first TTR 20. So this was an evolution going from the 16 into a hose cart that's bigger, that could carry more hose than the mile of 8-inch that the 16 pretty well maxes out at. So some design points that we had to overcome was road width, transportation length, and really flotation at that time. How do we get through the field? So the design led us to a tandem axle with torque flotation tires on it to help get us through the field. And we also decided that we could turn the reel sideways, very similar to like how a Kinsey planter works, is kind of the thought behind it. So we could be narrow going down the road, and then we could widen out when we get to the field. And one of the things that also benefits is when you're able to turn that reel sideways to go down the road, you can also deploy off the side of the cart to go down the ditch, which is a little bit harder to do with our traditional single axle carts. So as we celebrate the 500 TTR 20, we'll talk a little bit about some of the design features that have changed. So we are on Rev 5 of this cart since the beginning. And as many of you have seen since Rev 1, the tongue position has changed drastically. We've went from a single tube into an A-frame tube, was one of the main critical parts we had first. And then it became capacity after that. So the idea behind the 20 was, how do we carry 2 miles of 8-inch hose? Or how do we carry a mile of 10-inch hose? And since then, we've stretched the capacity a little bit more to carry a little over 2 miles of 8-inch hose, and a little more, or a mile of 10-inch plus your drag hose. So the overall core functionality of the cart really hasn't changed. It's just been updated. As some of you also remember from going from the plastic slides underneath and some of the issues with it sticking from frost and mud and debris, we've gone to a slew bearing design that helps with it swivel from side to side. But we've pretty well stuck with the core functionality of the speed of how the cart is geared and how the cart works. We've just been blessed with new tractors that have bigger hydraulic systems that allow them to roll faster and smoother than we could in the past. So as we reflect on the 500th TTR 20, and look forward to the next 500 of them, we'll continue to find design changes where we can make improvements to this cart. But this is a core staple of our business, is how do we move more hose faster and more efficiently through the field. So through the evolution of the TTR 20, we also want to say thank you to Twistview for taking a chance on the very first TTR 20 that we built. And I believe they have probably 3 of the first 5 that we built also. So thank you to those that are keeping that cart operational and still in the field today. Some of the design features of the TTR 20 have changed from a tubular structure to more of a sheet metal structure also. And a lot of that design has come to help us produce these faster and more efficiently through the shop as well. So some of the evolution is not only from a field efficiency standpoint, but also an efficiency standpoint for if you ever have bends or breaks or repairs that are needed to your cart. We've tried to take that into consideration also. So the manufacturability of the cart has changed also to allow it to be upkept and maintained or updated in an easier fashion as well. The strong history of the TTR 20 really stems back from its roots, where the original patents on the HC8 took place. So we've utilized those same patents across all of our hose carts, which have to do with the domed ends, the featured arch guard, and the pivot off the center line of the reel. So as we talk about patents, those have been valuable backbone to how we have designed the cart and how we've maintained the integrity of the cart over the years as well.